Former U.S. National Security Advisor John Bolton has launched a sharp attack on Donald Trump's latest trade move against India. He called the steep tariffs a mistake in the bilateral relationship and warned they would hurt long-term trust. The criticism comes after President Trump slapped India with some of the highest ever U.S. tariffs, 50% overall, including a 25% penalty for buying Russian oil. Bolton said the approach was backward and damaging to one of Washington's key partnerships. Trump defended the decision. He accused India of helping Moscow prolong its war in Ukraine. On Truth Social, he alleged that New Delhi was not just importing massive amounts of Russian oil, but reselling much of it on the open market for big profits, regardless of how many Ukrainians were dying in the conflict. Bolton noted a glaring gap and pointed out that China also buys Russian oil but faces no similar tariffs or secondary sanctions. He stated, "India is the one government to have suffered from Trump's effort to get a ceasefire in Ukraine." Trump's tariff war with China briefly flared in April, when rates hit as high as 145%, but he later backed off. India has now become the prime target of his trade offensive. Speaking to Indian media, Bolton said repairing the damage would not be quick. Bolton warned, "When you make a mistake as big as the way the White House has ended up treating India over the past 30 days, it takes a long time to restore trust and confidence." Bolton also used Pakistan to take a swipe at Trump. He said Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Army Chief Asim Munir were figuring out a better way to play Trump. In a sarcastic jab, he added, "My only suggestion to PM Modi is he could offer to nominate Trump twice for a Nobel Peace Prize." In June, Islamabad said it would formally recommend Trump for the 2026 Nobel Peace Prize, citing his decisive diplomatic intervention in the recent India-Pakistan conflict. The announcement appeared on X with the headline, "Government of Pakistan recommends President Donald J. Trump for 2026 Nobel Peace Prize." Meanwhile, Trump lashed out at the media for its coverage of his upcoming meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska. He claimed journalists would criticize him even if I got Moscow and Leningrad free as part of the deal. He also mocked former aides turned critics, calling Bolton dumb, after the ex-NSA described the summit as a great victory for Putin. Bolton had lashed out at POTUS, reacting to Trump's claim of brokering the India-Pakistan ceasefire, saying it wasn't aimed at India but was just Trump being Trump.
Well, I can say this, it's nothing personal to India. This is Donald Trump who takes credit for everything. I think he did have a call with Prime Minister Modi. I think Vice President Vance and Secretary of State Rubio were on the phone. I'm sure many other countries were calling to see what they might be able to do. And it's typical Trump that he would jump in before everybody else and take credit. So it may be irritating, probably is irritating to many people, but it's nothing that's intended to be a step against India. It's just Trump being Trump.